Hello everyone, Resonic the Drug Gamer here and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Last time, we finished up Vin's route actually, and now this time we're going to be tackling Shizune's. So we're going to be doing what we did last time, giving a brief overview of what's going on in the scenes that don't directly relate to the character, or how to get on their route. But anyways, we had a heart attack, we got recommended from the hospital to move here, and that's what we did. Yamaku. And anxiety of going to a new school. Everything's a bit different, especially one for the disabled. Kinda eerie. And there's no one around, which doesn't help either. But with all the greenery, which helps with health, not that Hisao seems to know, but there's nothing to do, so head on through the door. Through there, he goes and meets his homeroom teacher, Muto. And even though there is a choice here, it really does not matter. And he says to go see the nurse later on. And the class is waiting for us. Ugh, what's the class like? But as I said, that choice does not matter in this case. I don't think it matters at all, actually. It really doesn't change anything, even in the prior scene, if I recall. But Muto went and takes us up to the 3rd floor and into the classroom. Get a grip. I know this is a big step. I know that, but there isn't any point to worry so much about it. At least not this soon. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's lots of space left around and in between the desks. Probably to help people, you know. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The student desks are just a standard wooden desk with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school. But then, why would they be here? One's missing a hand, one's completely burned, one has a cane. They're probably like me and have something wrong with them. Only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I noticed that one of the girls seemed to be missing the thumb on her right hand. It's a little jarring. I wonder what happened to this guy in the goddamn back! Despite the natural tendency to listen in when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and to see that someone's looking at me. Girl with really long straight hair that's pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if to make her invisible. What happened to the guy in the back? It looks like he has a goddamn heart attack! Another girl just looks at him like, bro, really? There is one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. What's with this girl at the very end here? She's kind of cute. So is the cheery-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. Claps his hands, and so does everyone else, except one girl in the first row who only has one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing and thanks for the applause I did not deserve. Oh, come on, you deserve it. I have more faith in you, Hisao. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Hisao Nakai, and after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along well with everyone, even though I'm a new student. After that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied, even with what little I said, though. A few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. Could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along with letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a little weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round, with one hand against her other wrist that ends up in a bandaged stump. Makes me feel a little bad. we're going to be doing some group work today, so that gives you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She's a class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know. And who else will be able to do that better, right? How could I know? Teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow, the teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh, right. Hakamichi is right there. Shizune Hakamichi! As she calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hands at me. Take a seat next to her by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. What? Cut off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too. But I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi. Shi-chan. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of her dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alter every few seconds before analytical and slightly bored. So nice to meet you. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. We're gonna see this a lot, aren't we? It's up to one if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, "You'll be able to talk with people," and "Who better to explain things to you?" I can see you're a little confused, right? But I understand why you would think I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he wouldn't be standing there for no reason, right? Right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew that we were going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today so soon. He-chan, right? Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's not a surprise. I never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look just like what I imagined. So I'm trying to do it on one take. This might be a bit difficult. Yeah, you look just like a He-chan. Wonder why everyone seems to think so. Hakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you hadn't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word of it, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to class today. Shizune didn't like that. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you go before you go there. Not just with school either. Always, even if it's a trip to the grocery store. Really, Shi-chan? Learn about where you're going? I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just an encounter to do so. I didn't look forward to this. Even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly, but anyway. I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. He look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. But I don't care if I failed a test. Alright. Ah, and another thing. You don't have to call her Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. The day we call her Shi-chan is the day it's over for you, Misha. Yep, Shizune is fine. Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a little more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assume would be all business. Well, she still seems like that, just less so, I guess. Huh? Oh right, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now or Shi-chan will get mad. The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. That too! Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and gullish. Not to mention, a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bell rings, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. Come on, Hisao, this way! We descend even below the lobby where I met Muto down to the bottom floor. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria! An enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. This is a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice. It's almost like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patient. I pick something at random and follow Shizune to a table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. Don't understand signs, so the point escapes me. Maybe look at the person who talks to you with proper and polite? Do you want to know something? What? About anything! We're your guide, so you should ask if there's something. I wonder. No, I'm actually gonna ask about Shizune's deafness in another one, cause the answer that we're going is, I think I got everything I need to know. That's what I picked, and I still got onto her routes, so that's what I'm gonna go for. I'll go and do the middle one eventually. Oh, that means we have been good guys, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Eh, if you say so. Misha positively beams, and so does Shizune after a quick translation. Shook my head at the somewhat exaggerating enthusiasm to shift my focus on the food. Nom nom nom. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about secret goal stuff or something. It's a good thing I don't know sign language, otherwise I would be in all the gossip. I quickly noticed a conversation in sign, so enough to fill a silence. Oh, that got me way too much. We arrived in the classroom early, but not the first. That dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over her desk at the last row. Shizune! Yeah, not Shizune. Hanako! She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. She shrinks deeper into her seat, and I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she was slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind, as they walk directly past her to the seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students, and finally, the teacher. Getting to the rhythm of the score feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body is not. Towards the end of class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. I never tired on the first day I go back to work. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. Maybe even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Maybe we should do some exercise. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Besides me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, what the hell happened there? Fortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hee-chan. We have to hurry already since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Wait, the teacher said I had to go see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so you have to go outside. We join the flow with students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way into the smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually part of the main building. This is the auxiliary building here. There are lots of officials and important stuff inside, like the Yamakufor Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool. I wanna go. How is that official? Don't be silly, Chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building of stuff that has nothing to do with actual education? I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in hoping that on a white door on the... Why is this It sounds like a bit of an invitation of the door, so I let myself further in. The room is not large and... Oh yeah, that's why I'm skipping this. This has something to do with Shizune's round. Oh, that's hilarious. But anyways, we go... I can't believe I forgot about that. Anyways, we go inside, meet the head nurse. We talk about it. Oh hey, you're that Nakai. You're the one with the heart disease. Alright, well, let's go this over really quickly. We have 24 hours staffing. We don't do brain surgery. We have physical therapy. We have mental therapy. We have therapy up the wazoo. Is there anything to say with my boring generic walls to our office? We already have the medication. Do we do sports? And no, besides soccer, not really. And we can't do most sports anyways because we can't exert our heart too much. And it's more so getting hits anyways. But he still recommends light exercises, like walks, jogging, jump rope, that type of stuff. Something that any schmo could do. And no unnecessary risks. And of course, return if they ever need something. So after that, building looks the same. Still looks the same. Yeah. And of course, a lot of disabled people around us, just like us. Well, one of them. But anyways, we went and head to our own room. We go to the dormitory, head inside. There's people watching television, quick hello, spacious for wheelchair access. And then in this hallway of evil, in room 117 is... Who is it? Freaking Kenji. Sweaty hands, conspiracy. Very cautious of everything. Honestly, he might be legally blind, but I think his disability might be mental too. After all, there's nothing that's saying that you can't have multiple disabilities. Which sucks, but that's how life is. But we go into 119. Dropped everything. Looked at so many shirts. We can go in if these don't fit. Most of the unpacking's done. It's too early to sleep. There's no books. There's stress all on the first day. We have medication. And take 2 pills a day, or take 2 pills a day to stay alive. I was gonna say or you die, but that was incorrect. But we go lie down, stare at the ceiling, and somewhere along the line, fall asleep. But that's all for this time. This is Reselling the Jug Gamer. Hope you enjoyed the series so far, and hope to see all you guys again next time. See you guys then.